This playthrough is rated M for mature.
You made it!
Of course. Come on, let's get out of here.
What are we gonna do?
Okay, turn the key clockwise simultaneously on 3.
Got it.
One, 2, 3.
Warning. The safety lock will not be released until charging is complete.
I'll keep her busy. Just go for the emergency elevator.
Chris, but
I can take care of this. Just go.
you have to make it. Don't die on me.
Alright, time to fight Alexia for the final time in her multiple iterations. Whoa! Of course she turned into an ant for the final form of Alexia, or at least one of the final forms anyway. But yeah, what I did is I basically had to like shoot Alexia pretty quickly before she knocked Claire off the guardrail. So, all right, for this fight, hopefully you saved all your bow gun ammo because this is gonna really help against her this fight against her. So, yeah, this stuff does a lot of damage. Look at that, it even stuns her too. And we're... Oh, come on. I hate you. Alright, final form of Alexia this time. Yeah, the bow gun, like, the Alexia, the second form of Alexia is like one of the hardest fights, and I don't know if in Resident Evil history or anything like that. It's definitely a hard one, unless you have the bow gun. Then it just basically shits her into, like, third form, like, almost immediately if you use all your bow guns, so, yeah. Anyway, let's grab the rail gun. Alright. Yeah, the linear launcher, and it's infinite ammo. Oh yeah. If I remember correctly, it is a bit of a. Oh, did I get poisoned? Oh no, I'm just on talk because I got hit by all this. Crap. Okay. Basically, this one you do have to kind of aim at her though. Oh come on. Man, I'm not doing a very good job with, try it. Okay, not quite good. Yeah, the problem with this final area though, is trying to, hit her though, with the rail gun though. There we go.
Move.
Claire! No!
Chris!
Well done, Chris. It turns out that Alexia's work wasn't much of anything. So now, the only thing left is revenge.
Let her go, Wesker! You don't want her.
Fine.
Claire!
Today's a good day. I came for Alexia, but killing you is even better.
Sorry to disappoint you, but Alexia is gone.
That's no longer a concern to me. I have Steve to work with.
What?
Steve.
In his body, there's still a living T. Alexia virus. Steve should be a good specimen. Maybe he'll come back alive, just as I did, and be able to see your sister again.
You freak!
Don't you touch him!
I'm sorry, dear heart. But my men have already taken him.
You get out of here, Claire.
But what about?
As a surviving member of STARS, I have to.
Remember your promise.
I'll end this once and for all. Say hello to my comrades who you've killed.
I don't know where you get your confidence, Chris.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Sure, I'm not human anymore. But just look at the power I've gained. Magnificent, don't you think?
Wesker.
Today's your lucky day. Next time we meet, don't count on another.
Next time.
Until we meet again.
Chris, where are you? Chris!
Hey, you know that I always keep my promises.
Chris, promise me. Please promise that you won't leave me alone again.
I'm sorry, Claire, but it's not over yet. There's still something we've got to do.
You mean...
Yeah, it's payback time. We've got to destroy Umbrella. Now, let's finish this once and for all.
And thus we come to the credits of Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Oh man, what a journey. Wesker runs away. Chris will fight him another day. Unfortunately, we won't see that happen until Resident Evil 5, unfortunately, because Resident Evil 4 really doesn't talk about this plotline except for maybe some references to Umbrella. And as far as I know, he talks about defeating Umbrella, and as far as I'm aware, story-wise, Umbrella kind of gets taken out off screen. There's no like major story or game that focuses on going to like Umbrella. Like it gets, I think it's explained in either 4 or 5 during the story. Maybe I should wait till I play that game to explain it. But let's just say we never straight up see it happen unless there's a novelization or something like that of it. But anyway, let's talk about this game for now. Oh man. It was nice going down memory lane. I remember enjoying this game a bit when it came out. I think I got the PS2 version because I never got the Dreamcast. The only things I really remember about this game is, other than the Claire and Chris finally meeting each other after the whole thing with 2, her trying to find him in that game, was Alfred Ashford, the whole and the whole, schizophrenia or double personality or whatever you want to call it, where he pretends to be a sister and then you find out he actually has a sister. Oh yeah, and also the big twist that Wesker comes back thinking he died in 1. I think they explain in episode 5, or in Resident Evil 5. Although I think they might they might have an explanation in Resident Evil 4 too, but they never straight up say it's Wesker. But Resident Evil 5 is where they kind of explain like why Wesker is as he is. Because I don't think they say in the game like why he has those powers and abilities. I know why, but like I said, maybe a novelization or a dramatization or something like that. But overall, I still like this game. This probably isn't my favorite in the series overall. And maybe if I ever play all of them, maybe I'll do like a rundown of like which ones are my favorite. But I still enjoy the game. It's decently long. I was kind of surprised with how long the game is overall. It was longer than I expected. And yeah, you playing as having the 4 different areas, getting to play, well, 4 areas, but redos of a couple of them. But they were changed just enough to make sense, and the switching between Claire and Chris. And I like the fact that Chris and Claire do slightly play different from each other, so they're not exactly the same. Chris is a bit stronger, and he shoots like some of his weaponry a bit faster than Claire, but Claire's a little bit quicker in some cases. But and obviously the game has its standard B-movie charm, you know, with the somewhat... Although the voice acting was slowly getting better over the course of the series, but it still wasn't perfect, especially with, like, Claire and Chris. For them. Not that it's terrible, but, you know, it definitely wasn't grade A, you know. It was really right before voice acting really got, like, improved in gaming in general. It was kind of like... It wasn't until, like, late PS2, PS3 until we started really getting, like, good voice acting work for a lot of people in these games because they were putting more money into it and stuff like that. But, yeah, when Steve died, I never felt that sad. I was like, when Claire was, like, super crying about it, I was like, dude, he was kind of a whiny brat at times, you know. Yeah, he made up for it. He saved her a bunch of times. But when I played it when I was younger, I was like, I didn't care for Steve at all. I thought he was obnoxious, you know. But, oh yeah, there's the cool scene there. Probably one of the neater scenes in Resident Evil in terms of just pure cinematics. Wesker fighting Alexia or whatever. Yeah, like I say, I thought the music was pretty good for the most part. I thought the game had its decent amount of challenge and had its combination of classic monsters and new monsters. Not enough crazy over the top. Too bad we never actually fought Wesker at the end. We kind of just watched the cinematic of it, but Resident Evil 5 will make up for that, sort of. Yeah, PS2 version. And there is some extra stuff you can get after you beat the game. I'll show that off for a minute before I call it episode, because this episode's already going to be long enough as it is. I might have to split it up into two, depending how long it takes me to do the extra content. But overall, I enjoyed this game quite a bit. Like I said, not my favorite, but it's still worth a go through if you're doing like a Resident Evil playthrough or run series or whatever you want to call it. Because it had just enough lore in it to make it interesting, because it ties into the other Resident Evil founder, Spencer, and it kind of expands upon it that Resident Evil just didn't have like one person in charge. It had multiple people putting the money in, and that multiple people were experimenting to try and find that catch-all formula and all that other stuff. So I think it's a worthwhile entry. Not the best, mind you, but I think it deserves a place in the lineup of Resident Evils. But I noticed after this game, the game definitely changes tone and direction after this game. But we won't find out about that till Resident Evil 4. Okay, and let's go save everything. Oh, we get our end credits. Aw, they get to hang out for a bit before they go wreck Umbrella's shit. But yeah, this is probably I'm trying to think if there were any others. Yeah, I think after this, Resident Evil kind of changes tone and direction after this with Resident Evil 4, because Resident Evil 4 doesn't even... Well, I'll talk about that whenever I play that. I might play that next year, maybe. What's our score? C? Yeah. Even with me going through and redoing it, I'm doing a much better job of trying to conserve my ammo and everything like that, not using the first aid sprays. We still got a rank of C. I've heard it's actually kind of difficult to get a rank A in this game, which is rank A is where you get the infinite rocket launcher playthrough, which would make... Obviously, I'm a fan of the infinite ammo anything, so... Oh, we still beat it, so... Battle game is unlocked because of that, yeah. So now... we get the battle game. Battle game is basically like Mercenaries and all that, where you go through a section and you beat it with that character. And I think you unlock little bonuses when you do that, kind of like Mercenaries from Resident Evil 3. And I think Resident Evil 2 also had that as well, like a survivor mode where you got to play as like Hunk or Tofu if you unlocked him. But yeah, you can play as Claire Redfield, which now we know all of her stats, thank God. Her ID number from being a prisoner on the island. She's only 19 though. I thought she was older than that, but anyway. Sex female? Yes, please. No. Blood type O. And I don't know what's up with the Japanese and wanting to know everything about a character. Like you get blood type, height, weight. If we were going to the more crude stuff, they'd have her measurements too. Luckily they didn't have that, but she's only 5.5 feet, huh? Kind of tiny. And 115 pounds? Holy crap, she's like a twig. But yeah, when you play her game, you basically go through a whole section. I might play it for a bit just to kind of show you, like, but it's basically isolated areas and you try to survive from one spot to the next. But yeah, Claire's like easy mode. She gets like a decent amount of weapons. She gets a ton of healing. Chris has a little bit more damage or less healing. But yeah, there's his number, 25. So they're 6 years apart as siblings go. Same blood type, male, 5'9". Wow. Actually, height-wise, I would think Chris would be bigger or taller. I'm taller than he is. Not by much, but I'm still taller. Weight 177. He's heavier than me, but he's got muscle though to make up for it. But yeah, he gets like, I think they all get a knife, don't they? Knife, magnum, shotgun. You almost want to save all that stuff. But I think you get a little bit of ammo during the course of it, but not a whole lot. Yeah, we get Steve. If you find the Luger item over the course of the game, you unlock Steve if you want to play as him. He comes with twin Lugers and twin machine guns, which kind of makes sense, really, when you think about it. Steve Burnside, 17, so he's still just a teenager. Then again, Claire wasn't much older. I always thought Claire was in her early 20s, like 21, over, you know, that type of thing. Because don't you, I'm trying to remember, actually, no, I think you can be 18 to get a motorcycle license or something like that. Huh. Because she rides a motorcycle, so I was trying to remember what age she was to have a license for that. But yeah, I think you have to be either 18 or 19 to get a motorcycle license in most American states. Anyway, he's 17, so I guess they're closer in age. That's why he's all horning up Claire all the time. He's like, oh, this hot girl, whoa. He's only 5'6". Wow, he wasn't much taller than Claire. Kind of tiny comparatively. 148 pounds. Yeah, he gets that. And then if you beat the game with Chris, you unlock Wesker, which Wesker, I think he only gets a knife and maybe a handgun. I forgot. He's actually kind of hard to do because of his stats. He's supposed to be hard mode for this. And yeah, we could either do first person mode or third person mode for this. And we'll show up first person just to show you what it's like. I'm trying to remember if this was in the original game or not. I think it was. Because the PS2 version technically is the enhanced version of the game. Okay. Oh yeah, Steve gets infinite ammo. Let's switch to Steve. We'll see. We'll get as far as we can, and then if we beat the game, or if we beat it, I'll show you. If not, I'll. Although I probably shouldn't have chosen. Now that I think about it, maybe I shouldn't have chosen first-person mode because it's kind of messing with my steez. Usually, a lot of first-person games kind of make me wheezy after a while because I have slight issues with that. But... Oh, what the? Why would you do that? I forgot that the game will automatically target my stuff like that. Oh well, whatever. I'm not here to. If I beat it, I beat it. If I die, I die. Yeah, Steve's kind of easy mode when you think about it. Because he gets the infinite ammo weapons. I don't remember where our objective is. I think we go through every major level in the game. Uh-oh. I think technically I don't have to kill everyone, so... Oh, that makes this section a little bit more difficult. Oh, I died. Well, I wasn't going to play through the whole area anyway, so... Because I don't think you have to kill everyone. I think you can just avoid them. If I played this again, I would definitely do third-person mode, and I like hearing Steve scream. I can hear you scream! But yeah, that was Resident Evil Code Veronica X. An enjoyable experience. You know, the mode, I mean, the battle mode isn't as interesting as Mercenaries mode, personally speaking, but I still think it's fun. That's something to play. And obviously you can replay the game if you want to try and unlock extras like the infinite rocket launcher and stuff like that. It's not as good as the previous games where you could get like infinite ammo of other weapons as well. I think infinite rocket launcher is really the only thing you can unlock. But yeah, I think it's definitely a worthy entry in the game. Not the best, but I enjoyed my time with it. I hope you enjoyed watching this game with me, and I hope you all have a happy Halloween, because this episode will probably come out on Halloween. And when it comes to scary games, I'll see you all next year around the same time. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.